See, some things have already been filled in a little bit. It looks a little sparse because it's not done yet. There's a link up here in the right corner for edit mode. We'll click on that and then we'll be able to edit things. You'll see a list of items that need to be completed before the application can be listed on Marketplace. And once all these tasks are completed, you'll see a button show up right here saying Submit Listing. You can submit that, click it, and your application will be listed on the Marketplace, as long as there aren't any approval problems. So uploading an application image is easy as clicking on the link and selecting an image. You can set the version. When you hover over the different fields that are editable, they will turn yellow. You can add a developer if someone helped you do it to drive traffic to their site to help support the developer. Put their name and their link. You could submit it and it will update the page. The app marketplace intelligently lists what domains you have listed for the application to work on. You can also add video links to videos that are showcasing and demonstrating how the application works and is used. And we encourage you to upload screenshots of the application in action. These will be scaled to a height of 285 pixels. So screenshots are good, great for users. Just remember that depending on the size of the images you load here, every user will have to load this page and wait for these images. So you'll want to make sure that you take the time to get the images the right size and make sure they're compressed so they can load quickly on the web page. Here we have a list of endpoints that we are going to make available for this application listing. I've listed Bookmarklet, Firefox extension, and Chrome extension. You can remove these by clicking the remove button and we'll see that it successfully removed it. We can also add endpoints. If I want to add an information card, select that and it will load that and we are good to go. So make sure you add a description to your application. You simply tab out of that field, set a price for the application, and set a name for your application. Now you'll notice that the name for this application corresponds to the permanent link that we give to each application on the marketplace. So you can set an app name for your listing and you get a permanent URL. Now it's permanent as long as you don't change the listing name right here. So you can change it, just realize that if you change this name, this permanent link will change, breaking the old one. So that's the basics of listing your app in Marketplace from appbuilder. So let's go back to our Kinetics App Builder app listing page where we list all of our applications. So to create a new application, you can click on the new app button. Set the name and description of the application and create it. And then the system will create a skeleton application for you to modify to help get you going quickly. We can see that the name and description that we filled out have already been inserted into the application. So we can also, in the meta block, mark the author of the application. We can also make comments in the application by using the // to make a comment, turn logging on or off, and refer to our other screencasts on more about logging and debugging your applications. In the dispatch block, we want to set the domain that the application will be running on. I will actually set 2 domains here. So google.com and example.com, and these take domains and not URLs, so we don't want to put google.com/search or anything like that because that won't work. You can put subdomains, so www.google.com or calendar or search or images or whatever. Subdomains do work. So If you list google.com, that domain includes google.com and any subdomain of google.com. If you list a subdomain here, so let's say we do images.google.com, this will only allow it to work on images.google.com, with the exception of bookmarklets, since bookmarklets don't respect the dispatch domain. We won't be using the global block for this application, and here we have our first rule. Now rules can be named, so this rule is automatically generated as first rule. You can change the name if you like or not. The name is used in reporting. So now we have the select statement. Here I will do a dot star regular expression, which means run on every single page within these domains. And I will remove this code and create my own. I will do a notify, set the header of the notify, and some body text. And I will set an optional parameter with sticky equals true. So this means that the notification will come up on the page and actually stay on the page until the user dismisses it, whereas the notify normally defaults to fading away after a few seconds. You can find all the documentation on our actions that are available in our documentation. Here's a quick link for the KRL actions. We have after alert, all sorts of great stuff. So if we go to the notify, we can pull up the notification documentation, and here we see that it takes two parameters, header text and message text, and also has optional options, obviously. So I set sticky equals true. Okay, so now we can save this application. Hopefully it'll save without errors. Great. So now it's saved. I can open up the test window, grab the test bookmarklet, and we can go over to example.com. Run the application and we should see the notification. Look at that, it worked. Great. So now if I wanted to distribute this application, I would come over and open the deploy page, mark my latest working version as production. This is the one that I want my users to see. Then I can go to the distribute page for bookmarklets or browser extensions or whatever. So I can open up the bookmarklet page. I'll copy this HTML, stick it into my blog, and then everybody who visits my blog can drag the bookmarklet up to their bookmark bar and run the application. So those are some of the basics of getting a Kinetics application built, started, distributed, and some of the ins and outs and basics of the Kinetics platform. So hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, always be sure to check our documentation at docs.kinetics.com. This is subject to change and improvement as we add things to the system and find better ways to document stuff. Also, be sure to check out our developer exchange found at devx.kinetics.com, where you can sign up and ask questions, and the community can answer your questions. We have many non-Kinetics employees that are participating in this community, answering lots of great questions with great answers, and we have many of the Kinetics employees participating, answering questions. So most of the time people's questions get answered within a few hours. Great resource, lots of collaboration going on here, and we look forward to seeing you on there. If you have any questions other than that, be sure to contact us via email on our contact page at kinetics.com, or you can find most of us on Twitter.